In the summer of 1994, the world was captivated by a case that would forever change the American legal landscape. O.J. Simpson, a former NFL superstar and beloved public figure, found himself accused of a double murder that rocked the nation. The brutal killings of his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend Ronald Goldman led to a courtroom drama unlike any other. This is the story of the O.J. Simpson trial, a case that divided a nation, raised questions about race and justice, and left a lasting impact on the American legal system. On June 12, 1994, tragedy struck when Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman were found murdered outside of Nicole's home in Brentwood, California. The police investigation quickly turned to O.J. Simpson, who was not only a former football legend, but a celebrity adored by many. However, suspicion began to mount as evidence, including a bloody glove and Simpson's DNA appeared to link him to the crime scene. But it wasn't just the evidence that captured the nation's attention. On June 17, 1994, Simpson was involved in one of the most famous police chases in history, as helicopters followed a white Ford Bronco driven by Simpson's friend, Al Cowlings. Millions of Americans watched in real time as Simpson tried to evade arrest. This slow-speed chase would mark the beginning of a trial that would captivate and divide the world. In January 1995, the highly anticipated trial of O.J. Simpson began. The world turned its attention to the Los Angeles courtroom, where the prosecution, led by Marcia Clark, faced off against a defense team filled with high-profile attorneys, most notably Johnny Cochran. The stakes couldn't have been higher. Simpson's fate was on the line. This trial would become about much more than just one man's innocence or guilt. It quickly turned into a cultural spectacle, with race playing a central role. The defense strategy, led by Cochran, sought to undermine the credibility of the police, especially LAPD Detective Mark Furman, accusing him of racism and planting evidence. Cochran's famous line, if it doesn't fit, you must acquit, became one of the most iconic phrases in legal history after Simpson struggled to fit the bloody gloves on his hands during a dramatic courtroom moment. As the trial continued, it became clear that the prosecution's case was filled with holes. The defense had expertly planted seeds of doubt, and the nation began to question whether Simpson could really be guilty, or if he was the victim of a biased legal system. But it wasn't just the courtroom drama that had people talking. The media frenzy surrounding the case was unprecedented. One of the most unforgettable moments of the trial came when O.J. Simpson tried on the infamous gloves, which had been found at the crime scene. During the dramatic demonstration, Simpson struggled to fit the gloves over his hands, despite the prosecution's insistence that they were a perfect match for Simpson's DNA. Cochran's now infamous words, "If it doesn't fit, you must acquit," struck a chord with the jury and the public alike. The media, meanwhile, was on overdrive. Every moment of the trial was broadcasted live, turning the courtroom into a spectacle. This trial wasn't just about justice anymore. It was about entertainment, race, and the power of public perception. The prosecution's case was overshadowed by the media circus, and in the eyes of the public, the narrative was starting to shift. After months of testimony and drama, the moment everyone had been waiting for finally arrived. The verdict. On October 3rd, 1995, after just a few hours of deliberation, the jury returned with their decision: not guilty. The verdict was met with shock and disbelief by some, while others saw it as a triumph for the defense. It was a verdict that divided the country along racial lines, with many African Americans believing Simpson was the victim of a racially biased justice system, while many white Americans believed he had gotten away with murder. The trial had not just tested the legal system, but also exposed deep divisions in the nation's views on race, fame, and justice. The O.J. Simpson trial changed the American legal landscape in ways that still resonate today. It raised questions about race and justice about the role of the media, and about the influence of celebrity in legal proceedings. While Simpson was acquitted of the murders, many still believe he was guilty. And the trial continues to be the subject of documentaries, books, and debates. The trial also led to increased scrutiny of the justice system, particularly around issues of race and police misconduct. And while Simpson's legal battle may be over, his story remains one of the most discussed and controversial in American history. What do you think? Was O.J. Simpson guilty of murders? Or was the verdict a reflection of a flawed legal system? Leave your thoughts in the comments below as we continue to explore some of the most iconic and controversial moments in history. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the O.J. Simpson trial, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more true crime stories and legal breakdowns. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.